Hi everyone, welcome to Yogibods Fitness. So this is the third day of our 30-day yoga challenge. So for today we'll be working out the hip muscles. So the last time, the first one we did hamstring, and the second day we did the inner thighs. And for today we'll be working out your glutes, the back part of the hip. Of course we'll still be including the inner thighs and the back thighs. And before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, or if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. So click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that the next time I'll be posting a video, you will get updated.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away.
So let's go to our all fours. You take your palms on the floor, again below your shoulders and the knees below the hip. So you have to make the spine long and parallel to the floor. You activate the belly, keep it firm. And then take an inhale. On the exhale, you raise your right leg sideways. So go as high as you can until you feel the buttocks muscles. And see that when you lift, you're not bending the left hand. So swing it out and then down, but don't touch the floor. Then again, pull it out. Inhale, lower. So we'll do that 4 times. Again, pull it out and then lower. And the last time, pull it up. Now you can stay here or you can straighten the leg for more activation on the hip. And then bring the leg down to the side. So you can wiggle the hips side to side or pull it back, then forward, back and down, and then forward. So if you're ready, we'll be doing it on the other side. So swing the other leg to the side. Again, don't let the right elbow collapse. Move it down. Exhale. Inhale. Then bring it up. Exhale. And down. Inhale. Up. And down. And then the last one, lift. So again, you can stay here or extend the leg. So since I don't have space to extend my leg, I just keep my leg folded. So try to breathe for 3 times and make sure to activate your obliques, your core muscles. And then lower the leg. Again, if you need to wiggle the hip or move the hip side to side just to release or ease the tension on your glutes muscles. Now you tuck your toes and then lift the hip back and then forward to your plank. Rearrange your shoulders, or you align your shoulders over your wrist, and then go back to your down dog. You can bend the knees, flex the hip bone or the hip muscles, and then forward to your plank, then going back to your down dog. So one more time, forward to plank. So keep your abdominal muscles strong and tight, then go back to your down dog. So stay here for 5 breaths. You might want to micro bend the knees for you to fully straighten the spine first, or if you're okay with your hamstrings, you can fully extend your knees. So see to it that the edges of your feet are parallel with the long edges of your mat, and you can do that by turning the thigh bones inward and then roll the arm bones outward away from the face. And see that you're not collapsing your chest too low. That creates unnecessary stress on the shoulder joints. Now look forward and walk to the top of your mat. So hands on your shins, look to the front and try to shift the weight to the balls of your feet. Then exhale, you bend forward. Again, just let the head naturally fall. No need to put too much effort on bending. Now slowly keep your back straight. Hinge up from the waist. And then lift or raise the hands beside the head. Exhale, hands down, relaxed. Now extend your arms up again over the head. Lift and open your chest. Now see if you can arch the spine backward as far as you can, but don't jump the lower back and the neck. Now exhale again, go forward, fold from the waist and move your body down to the legs. Look forward on the next inhale, create more space on the spine, and exhale, bend lower. Inhale, coming up, you lift the chest, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Now you cross your right leg over the left and see that your toes are pointing forward. So make the inner sides of the feet parallel. So as you do that, the right hip will go forward, so try to pull it back, balance the sides of your hip. Then arms over the head. Again, hinge from the waistline, then take your hands to the floor. So from here you can feel when you shift the weight forward, you can feel the outer left thigh, the glutes, including the hamstring stretching. So if you want, you can bend, moving the head lower, or you can even walk your hands to the right side. That will deepen the stretch of the leg, and of course the hip. Now return to the center, look forward, flat back, then raise the arms, the body upright. Hands down, and then uncross the legs. Then you just switch the legs. You cross the left leg over the right. Again, see to it that you don't change the hip. Arms over the head. Again, check that the feet are pointing forward. Bend from the waist, spine long, reach the floor. Again, inhale, look forward for added length. Then exhale, you bend. You can bend closer to the leg, or you can walk your hands a little bit to the left, but see to it that you're not changing the hip. You're not moving the hip. You just have to mobilize the upper body. Now return to the center, look forward and make the spine long. Come up, using the back muscles to lift. Then exhale, hands on the sides. Uncross the legs. Going back to your Tadasana, straighten your whole body, then reach the arms upward. Breathe in fully, and breathe out completely, fold and reach the floor. The next inhale, look forward and make the back flat. Palms on the floor, open your fingers wide, and go to your plank position. Again, check your elbows, shoulders above your wrist, activate your belly. Easy option is to take the knees down. Now shift the weight forward as you lower the chest halfway. So level the shoulders and the hip. Inhale, you push the mat, press the feet, and broaden the chest. Exhale, you go to your down dog. So pull the hip, elongate the spine, keep the arms strong, pushing the floor. Now from here, you step your right foot on the outer corner, right corner of the mat, then drop the left knee down. So keep as low as you can, so the more you sink the hip, the more you can feel the stretch of your front side. Now notice if you have the stretch. If it's not enough, then take the elbows down on the floor. Once your forearms are down, make sure you're not putting too much stress on the right hip. You're not rounding the back just to take the forearms down. You extend your spine forward and don't let the right knee rotate outward. So you can feel here the right hip stretching, including the hamstring of the right leg. Now curl that back leg, maintain the forearms, look forward and lift or straighten the left leg. Keep pushing down through your forearms, expanding the scapula or pulling the scapula upward or broadening the back body. Set your left knee back to the floor, palms down and lift your chest. And then reach the right hand up. Inhale. Then as you exhale, you extend it backward and bend the leg and see if you can hold the foot. So here you have to feel the knee. If it's hurting the knee, then you just have to let go of the foot and focus on the twist. If you're okay with the pose, with your knee joint, then just push the hips forward. So the lower you go, the more you can feel the stretch of the front of the left thigh. And then release the left foot down. Take it back on the floor, palms down, and bring the left knee up. Take your right leg up and back, and then turn your hip out and over the left. Then you bend the leg. So see to it that as you turn the hip, you're not turning your right shoulder. You keep your shoulders even. And see if you can squeeze your side body and the glutes to push the knee higher. Then straighten the leg, square your hip, knee forward to your chest, then step the foot on top of your mat. Again, align the foot with your palms and then turn that left foot out and come up to your warrior pose 2. Extend your hands sideways, parallel to the floor, and keep the spine upright or vertical. Now from here, you straighten your right leg, shift your toe or the foot in. So let me adjust backward to have space to fold. So here you take your hands on your waist, squeeze your shoulders or the back body, then fold from the waist and move your head down towards the floor. Now just let the head hang, keep the arms behind you and just keep squeezing the front of the thighs to deliver the body closer between the leg bones. Again, shift the weight forward to the toes and then lift the chest up. This time, turn your toes out and the heels in. Then you sink your hip, level the knees or the hip with your knees, and the knees should be at the top of your heels. Hands here, cactus arms, and then you can externally rotate your arm bones outward to draw your shoulder blades down, and then lift the ribs up. So the glutes, you have to squeeze your glutes and take the knee outward to the side. Now straighten your legs, shift that left foot in. Again, open your hands parallel to the floor and bend your right leg, knee over the heel. Then take your palms back to the floor. From here, take the right leg backward to your plank pose. Then activating the core muscles, keeping your arms strong and steady. You bend Chaturanga. Then push the floor, lift the chest to your abdomen or Urdhva Mukha. So tuck your toes and pull the hip backward, pull your shoulders up and back. Now step the left foot forward on top or left corner of the mat. Take your right knee on the floor. Have your palms down and push the hip forward. Again, you have to notice or feel the hip and the legs. If you don't feel enough, forearms down. Continue extending the spine forward, pressing the right foot, the top of your right foot down. And don't let the left knee rotate outward. So you have to abduct your left leg as you go lower. Now curl the right foot and lift the knee up. Okay, just to intensify the stretch of the hip, to put more strength on your hip muscles and stretch. Now you lower the knee, take your palms on the floor and then turn towards the left. So as you spin the chest out, you extend the left hand backward and see if you can hold the foot. Again, notice any pain on the knee. If it's too much, then you just have to let go of the foot. If you're okay, you're fine with the leg, then continue pulling the heel, continue pushing the hip lower. Now you release the foot, take your palms on the floor and lift the knee up. Take the left leg up, then rotate the hip out and bend the leg backward. So push the knee higher, so kick the knee sideways and up. Now you straighten the leg, knee forward to your chest, you hunch your shoulders, rounding the spine and step the foot between your palms. So from here, turn your right foot out, come up to your warrior pose 2. Again, you make the spine straight and vertical as you stretch your hands parallel to the floor. Now you straighten the left leg. Again, you turn your toes in. Hands on your waist, lift the chest. Then again, you fold forward. And this time you take the big toes with your peace fingers and thumb. In case you cannot reach the toes, you can have the back of your shins. Look forward and pull your toes, bending the elbows outward, and see if you can take the crown of the head on the floor, elongating the spine. So make sure you're squeezing through your hip crease, pushing the sitting bones upward. Coming back up to the center, lift the chest, hands on your waist, and come up. Again, turn your toes out, heels in, going down to your Malasana. Take the forearm, now the right forearm on the side, then extend the left arm over the head. So you have to align the hip and the knees. Then go down to the left side, right hand over the head. And then back to the center, hands on your waist, push down on to your feet, and then turn your right foot in, then bend the left leg. Again, hands to warrior pose 2. Again, check your stance, then go down to the floor, left leg, back to plank pose. Then transition down to your low plank, going up to your up dog. And exhale, and find your way back to your down dog. So from here, look forward, lift the right leg up, go as high as you can, but see that you're turning the right thigh bone in, so you're not turning the hip out, you balance the hip. Then knee forward to your chest and then go down to the pigeon pose. So here you have to align the foot with the left hip and the right knee with the right hip. Take your hands here beside the hip and try to sit upright. So the more you move upright, the more you can feel the right glute stretching. But see to it that as you come up, you're not putting too much compression here on the lower back. If you do feel tension on the back, you just have to lean forward or navel in, pull the navel in. Now then swing the left leg forward, and then take the right leg over the right side. So you have to readjust the hip backward and squeeze the thigh bones together and try to push the knees down. So here you can feel the right hip, you can feel the hamstring of the left leg. You extend your arms upward, trying to elongate the spine, and exhale, you squeeze through the front hip. Readjust the sit bones and bend. So the lower you go here, the more you can feel. Again, don't force the back. When you feel it, when you feel any tension on the back, you stop. Always remember to have balance between effort and comfort. So not too little and not too much either. Coming up to the center, then you just maintain the right leg and bend the left leg. So you have your sit bones here on the sides, or the hip, the heels on the sides of your hip. So we call this Gurmukhasana or cow's head. So sitting straight. Now you lean towards the right side. Let me face the front so you have a better picture of the pose. So here you take your right hand out to the side and extend the left hand over the head. So the more you extend the arm up and the more you go down to the side, you can feel the left hip stretching. So maybe elbow down on the floor. That depends on your flexibility. Now coming up, this time you bend forward. So walk your hands forward, you're squeezing through the joint of your hip bone and your thigh bones. And the lower you move your chest, the more you can feel the right hip, the glutes of the hip. Now head on your knee. and then lift your chest up. So here you just have to swing your legs backward one at a time, finding your plank position. You lower down to your half plank, keeping your core muscles strong and steady, pushing up to your up dog. Then return to your down dog. You lift the hip and flex the front thighs, the hip muscles, stretch or elongate the side body, the back and the legs. Again, you lift the left leg up, balance the sides of your hip, so don't go too hard. Exhale, knee forward to your chest, then go to your pigeon pose. So if you're more flexible, you can take this foot forward, the shin bone parallel to the floor, but see to it that your hip is not pointing outward, but in. If you cannot do that, if you cannot turn the hip inward or down to the floor, then you need to take your heel closer to your hip. Again, be as upright as you can, but don't let the lower back get jammed. Take 3 breaths here. And then release. You extend your right leg forward. Then after you take the left leg over your thigh. Again, pull your seat bones backward. That would help you roll the pelvic bone forward so you can stretch your legs, your glutes better without stressing or putting discomfort on the back. Arms up, inhale, then exhale, you bend. You can have your foot or just hold the shin. Others move your head down on your knee. Again, don't ever compress or flex the belly on the fold. You have to just keep the breath, moving the belly in and out. Now you come up after a few breaths, and then you just let me face the front again. You bend the right leg, placing the heels. So you might want to lift the hip up, then rearrange your feet. So make sure you're grounding both seat bones equally. Now you slide your left hand down on the side, the right hand over the head. So make sure to turn your chest facing forward. Then you bend the left elbow and extend the right arm. Now you lift your chest up. Then again, walk your hands forward. Move your seat bones backward. So always remember to adjust if necessary. Head down, or maybe walk the forearms forward. And then return to the center, lift the chest up. Then again, just swing the legs backward, find your plank. So straighten your whole body from head to your heels, lower down to low plank. Going up again to your up dog. Then return to your down dog. Now from here, you just lower the knees. And then extend the legs forward. And just lie down slowly. Now you hug your knees close to your chest, and then you figure 4 your right leg. So figure for the right leg and pull the left leg down to your chest. So as you pull the leg, you can feel the right hip stretching. So you thread your right hand between the thigh bones and have your fingers together, pulling the knee down to your chest. And then take your thigh bones together. So it's like the Gomukhasana or the cow's head legs. You hold your shin bones and you have to pull. You have to pull your feet out and the thigh bones together and down to your chest. So pull the feet out, thigh bones or knees down, and you can feel this part, the right hip. So stay here and keep your back, the whole back body grounded. Now you release the left leg forward, hug the right leg down to your chest. Then again, spinal twist to the left. You just have to center the hip, turn your right knee down to the left, then extend your right hand out. Again, return to the center. Hug both knees again to your chest. Now you put the left foot on top of your right thigh bone on a figure 4. Then hug your right thigh down toward the body. Now try to relax or soften your hip, your leg muscles, and just activate your hands. Pull your arms or pull the legs with your arms. Now you cross your thigh bones, hold your shins or your ankles and pull your feet apart. Then move your thigh bones down to your chest. So imagine you have something between the legs and you're really squeezing it. So activating the inner thighs will give more added stretch on the outer hips. You release the right leg forward, pull the left leg down to your chest. And then take your knee to the side, recenter the hip and extend the left hand to the opposite side. Now release the pose. Hug the knees to your chest. And then you take the edges of your feet or the big toes with your kiss fingers and thumbs. So toes or edges of your feet. Knees apart, wider than your shoulders. Then move side to side, happy baby pose. Now you extend the legs forward. So tuck or extend the sit bones forward and navel down. Pull the navel down to lengthen the lower back. Drop your hands alongside the hip, palms facing up. Then move your head side to side. Then chin to your neck to lengthen. So again, let us allow the body to relax fully. Soften every muscle of your body from head to your toes. If you notice any tightness or tension, feel free to move or do some adjustment. Also try to quiet your mind. Get rid or let go of any unwanted thoughts. Just pay attention to the gentle sensation of your breath. And let the breath guide you for a moment. Start to move your toes and fingers. You extend your arms over the head, feet together, and have your final stretch. Bend your knees. Shift to your right. And slowly push yourself up. Again, thank you everyone for the time and the energy you shared with me today. I hope you had good practice. I'll see you again next time. Namaste.